This is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue, and I am Julden Yai. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. Women in Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics with STEM, Gambia was launched on Saturday to create a platform for STEM professionals, girls and young women. As part of events marking International Women's Day, QTV spoke to women entrepreneurs who highlighted some of the challenges they encounter in business and as they try to contribute to nation building. Frontstar Housing, in partnership with the Catholic Education Secretariat Cooperative Credit Union, presented 120 plots of land to members of the Catholic Education Secretariat Credit Union on Saturday. And in the international news, a former Senegalese Prime Minister, Cheikh Hadjibou Soumaré, has been arrested after questioning Macky Sall for allegedly donating 12 million euros to a French political figure. In sports news, the first Super Cup to mark the start to football season saw the 2nd Infantry Battalion FC came from behind to cling the Silver Giant Trophy against Rockland United FC in Farafenni. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. If you are just tuning in, this is QTV News with me, Julden Jai, and now the news in detail. Women in Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics with STEM Gambia was launched on Saturday to create a platform for STEM professionals, mentorship to girls, young women. As Janaba Sonko reports, the launching coincides with International Women's Day commemoration.
STEM Gambia has been launched in Women's History Month. Interestingly, the theme for this year's International Women's Day is Digital Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. Women in STEM Gambia is created to bridge persistent gender gap in digital access, which keeps women from unlocking technology's full potential. Koda Jengay is the president of the Women in STEM Association.
The overall objective was to contribute to the development of Gambia. We had girls in STEM clubs in 2 universities. We planned on having girls in STEM club throughout the Gambia. Fortunately, we were able to register 2, that is USET and Nusrat.
According to the United Nations, by 2050, 75% of jobs will be STEM related. Yet today, women hold just 22% of positions in artificial intelligence. Role models are an important element in encouraging young girls to take up STEM-related fields as a career path. Aissatou Sekaja, Chief Information Officer at QCell Gambia Limited, inspired the audience by relating how her parents pushed her to take up STEM as a career path.
As a girl child, one of 6 girls, my parents didn't have any boys. My mother was coming from a family of 5. But she was the youngest, and she was the only one fortunate enough to go through formal education. And she was a teacher. And she taught mathematics at the Gambia College. So you can imagine, that's where my love for math started. She believed in discipline and hard work, and needless to say, she trained us as her children to follow those footsteps. So at an early age, she encouraged us to love mathematics. So I enjoyed doing it. She used to give us some maths work to do at a very early age. I enjoyed doing it because it was logical, and it allowed me to explore and expand my creativity. Let me put it that way. And naturally, because I had no fear for it, I excelled in it in school. And that's the way I like to look at it. I don't think I'm smart. It's because it was introduced to me very early when I was very young. So I developed a love for it, and I had no fear for it, and I performed well.
Professor Pierre Gomez, the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, says his ministry has developed policies to give women a chance to pursue STEM-related fields by giving them points even before they are interviewed for scholarships.
Our primary goal is to see more girls and women enrolled at tertiary and higher education institutions to become engineers and entrepreneurs in the Gambia. Key strategic interventions of my ministry include girls and women in taking male-dominated fields of studies in tertiary and higher education, including TVET, by giving full scholarship to women and girls in the male-dominated fields in USET and our regional TVET centers. Such programs are aimed at increasing the roles of women and in STEM-related fields.
UN Women, the United Nations entity dedicated to gender equality, explains that innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship are engines for advancing gender equality and women's empowerment by increasing women's access to education and socio-economic opportunities. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jenna Bosonko.
Well, an impressive initiative there, still on the International Women's Day. As part of events marking International Women's Day, QTV spoke to women entrepreneurs who highlighted some of the challenges they encounter in business and as they try to contribute to nation building. Mohamed Balde has the rest of that story.
International Women's Day was celebrated on Wednesday, the 8th of March, and gave us an opportunity to highlight the many resourceful Gambian entrepreneurs taking on the challenge of self-employment and paving the way for others. While the flexibility of entrepreneurship can be rewarding and requires bravery to start one's own business, it is not without challenges, especially for women who are often overlooked for business opportunities. Sarah Tokoli, proprietress of Sarah's Enterprise, which deals in food processing, spoke about the challenges faced by women entrepreneurs in accessing finance and the difficulty in finding suitable packaging for products in her industry.
Yeah, finance is a problem and packaging is a problem in the Gambia here. You make your products and then by the end of the day you'll be searching for products. You will not get them or the pricing is too high. And then, you know, we all have to make things that are affordable and reasonable for the general public. If it is too expensive, it's not going to go. So I think we should help with packaging and finance as well.
Aisatu Seka, founder of Seka Unique Glamour, which deals mainly in textiles, spoke about the numerous responsibilities taken on by women in her field and the significance of International Women's Day to her.
International Women's Day
is important, especially for us women. I am a woman, a mother and a wife, and also an entrepreneur. Women are hardworking and they are into so many things. No one is sitting idle at home.
She also spoke on the challenges she faces in running her business and potential avenues of support.
Actually, I have so many challenges, especially on the side of the government. The support is lacking. People like me venture in made in the Gambia products, but many Gambians do not believe in us. Most of them will not buy meat in the Gambia products. They prefer to buy from outside than from Gambians. If they support and empower us, it is as if they empower the entire nation. Let people promote made in Gambia. If we have events, let them call the women and the youths so that we can showcase our talents.
Jatum Bai, the founder of JT Gambia, a handicraft interior designer and painting enterprise, spoke about the difficulty of finding raw materials in the Gambia and having to travel abroad to find them.
I personally will say that I go to Dakar to get some of the basic things I need for my products, and it's really discouraging. It's not helping at all.
Reporting for QTV News, I am Mohamed Balde.
Well, women entrepreneurs, they are highlighting some of the challenges they encounter in line of their business. Front Star Housing, in partnership with the Catholic Education Secretariat Cooperative Credit Union, on Saturday presented 120 plots of land to members of the United Kingdom at the Combo East District of Tenane Village. Lena Iigwenyiba reports.
This presentation comes after the Catholic Education Secretariat Cooperative Credit Union launched a housing project for its members in September last year, with a package that entails land acquisition, house building and home furnishing to ease the burden of its members in acquiring properties. Modu Lamin Baji, Chief Executive Director of Front Star Housing, speaks on the importance of the partnership with SESCO and its alignment with the objective of providing affordable housing services.
As a noble company, Front Star Housing, we deem it necessary that every Gambian has a right to own a plot. With the members of SESCO, most of them which are teachers, most of them can't afford a land, and today we have handed over about 120 plots as our first phase. The second phase will be now how to develop those lands, because that's what CESCO wants. And then for Frontstar, you think about it and then we make it happen.
CESCO was formed in 1997 and is affiliated with the apex body, National Association of Cooperative Credit Unions of the Gambia. Saint-Pierre L. Mendy, the general manager of CESCO, says local membership is not only limited to teachers but is open to all.
We have opened a bond. That's why even among us, you will see that some people are here, they are market women. Some are of other professions, they are here, but about 90% are all teachers. And that is a deliberate strategy because they are actually the founders, the owners, and so on. So this is why we give it back to them. But now we've opened a bond, and it's open for anyone and everyone who wants to come. In fact, our motto is CESCO, Bridging Economic Gaps.
Due to the high cost of building materials, land and borrowing from financial institutions, most Gambians are unable to purchase land or build a house. Zilbaji, a beneficiary, is grateful to finally acquire his property.
Getting this land brought me respect because I didn't have a property of my own. I was renting. But now I can stand here and say that this is mine, and it means a lot to me.
Michelle Job, Secretary of CESCO, highlights their target of ensuring every member of the union gets a plot of land to better their lives.
This is something that is a stepping stone for CESCO. A stepping stone in the sense that we would look for more lands in the Gambia so that we want by the 10 years' time, all our teachers, all staff, all members of CESCO would have a plot of land and would stand one day and say, to the glory of God, because of CESCO, I was able to get this. Because when we talk about credit union, it doesn't mean you just going there and saving your money. No, it means also what the credit union can do for you.
The Gambia is one of the smallest and least populated countries in West Africa. The increasing migration of people from rural to urban regions places a strain on housing demand. This partnership between Frontstar Housing and CESCO has been highly commended by members of the public as an easy and affordable way of acquiring property, especially for low-income earners. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Igwenyiba.
Brilliant initiative there. Well, CESCO presented 120 plots of land to the union members, as earlier mentioned, and United members. Now we will go for a short commercial break. When we return, we have some more local as well as international news. So stay tuned.
As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, this is QTV News with me, Julden Jai. Up next, we head to international news. Now, a former Senegalese Prime Minister, Cheikh Hadjibou Soumaré, has been arrested after questioning Macky Sall for allegedly donating 12 million euros to a French political figure said to be the leader of the France racist far-right party. Janaba Sonko reports.
In an open letter to President Sall last weekend, Soumaré asked the president whether he had donated 12 million euros, which is $7.9 million, to a French political figure whose party is distinguished by hatred and rejection of others. In his letter to the president, Mr. Soumaré states, among other allegations, "Have you recently donated money to a French politician? If so, is it an amount of 12 million euro or about $7.9 million money from a country classified as a heavily indebted poor country? Especially when we know that hatred and rejection of the order is being used by the party as a vehicle for political ascent." End of quote. Following that question, the Senegalese government in a statement on Tuesday denied making any financial donation to the leader of France's national rally, Marine Le Pen, who visited President Sall in Dakar in January this year. Soumaré was placed in custody after his interrogation by the police at the request of the public prosecutor. He has spent his first day in custody. Human rights defenders and opposition parties say civil liberties in Senegal are coming under pressure in the run-up to the February 2024 election. One recent controversial arrest was that of Pape Alé Niang, an investigative journalist. The Committee to Protect Journalists issued statements, amongst other bodies, to advocate for his release. Following this and international pressure, Niang was granted a conditional release. While free, Niang has been placed under judicial control, banning him from talking about the case and from leaving the country. He is required to surrender his passport and to present himself once a month at the police of the investigating judge in charge of the case. Niang was originally arrested on 6 November 2022 on charges of revealing information likely to harm national defense, receiving confidential administrative and military documents, and disseminating false news to discredit state institutions. The government refutes that there has been any regression and says the law is applied accordingly and appropriately. Cheikh Habibou Soumaré was born in 1951. He was Prime Minister of Senegal from 2007 to 2009 under former President Abdoulaye Wade and Chairman of the Commission of the West Africa Economic and Monetary Union from 2011 to 2016. Analysts believe the government has moved swiftly against Soumaré due to the serious nature of the allegation that a sitting African president would donate to the leader of the most racist anti-immigrant party in France's history. It remains to be seen what evidence, if any, Soumaré has to support his expulsive claim. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jena Basonko.
Well, China, a country famous for technology and innovation, has seen rapid development in food production and processing. The country has sustained and leveraged its technological capacity to boost food production and processing to fit its population and export globally. QTV's Momodou Lamin Choi is among many journalists from around the world to have visited some of the China's biggest tech industries. And this is his report.
Visit China, and your first impression would most likely be its technological advancement and how this has been given an edge to promoting innovation for socio-economic development. Our field trip to the Pinghu district to view some food production, processing, research and development companies and centers in Beijing has revealed how much technological innovations have become a central pillar in China's food industry. Our first visit to a food company is the Zhizhiyuan Beijing Food Technology Company Limited, one of the biggest food processing companies in Beijing. The company is an investment of 120 million yuan, approximately $17.2 million, and covers 12,900 square meters. It is equipped with the latest food technology to process and produce meat, condiments, frozen pasta, rice products, hot processed pastries, pre-made juices, and so on. The food processing relies mostly on smart technologies with less reliance on human labor. After a guided tour of the facility is a tasting session for the visiting journalists. Sitaram Bolaram Miwati is an Indian journalist.
About the factory is outstanding, advanced technology without human touch, and the food they have displayed, it's outstanding, awesome, yummy.
The next facility visited is the Beijing Hodueco Company Limited, which operates poultry-related businesses. It is engaged in layer farming, feed manufacturing, and related food production businesses. Hodueco Company Limited is a national high-tech enterprise which has independently raised 5 breeds of Jing egg-laying hens and 3 other broiler breeds. Due to its technological capacity, the company has 400,000 grandparent breeders and 5 million parent breeders with an annual capacity of 250 million chicks and pullets.
I'm Hui Qingwu, call me Gloria. I'm the vice man. So now the market share in China we have is about 50%. That means every 2 eggs the Chinese people eat, 1 is from our company.
Promoting its traditional food is embedded in the food technology of China. In a show of national pride for its food products, International Women's Day is celebrated at the Huduiku with a food cooking contest. Our next visit is Beijing Jinghua Agricultural Science and Technology Innovation Center. One important aspect of this center is its scientific research to supply the agriculture and food industry with modern and strong capabilities of technological innovations. A total of 200 sets of experimental devices dedicated to agricultural and food-related scientific and technological research are available in the Jinghua Center. Also, the center hosts a research company called DPROTech, which is focused on developing fibrous meat alternatives, otherwise known as alternative protein. This food technology innovation uses plants, for example, grains, legumes, etc., to produce food protein to mimic the taste and texture of meat or animal products. In China, technology has transformed the food industry on an industrial scale for production and processing for its over 1.4 billion population and other parts of the world. Mohamed Lamin Choi, QTV News, Beijing.
The report by Momodu Lamin Choi will take us to sports news. Now, the first Super Cup to mark the start of the football season saw the 2nd Football Infantry Battalion win. We have technical issues. We'll be right back. We apologize for the technical error. Now, the first Super Cup to mark the start of the football season saw the 2nd Infantry Battalion FC came from behind to clinch the Silver Giant Trophy against Rockland United FC at the Farafenni Mini Stadium. Don Williams report.
Rockland United FC in sky blue shirts, white shorts, while 2nd Infantry Battalion FC, the khaki boys, were in all green. The kickoff was by the chairman Abu Khan. The match started with enthusiasm, but both teams were inaccurate in their passes. There were no scintillating moves until midway into the match when Rockland's Suleiman Mane, known as Isco, made a run on the right flank, beating the defenders to shoot for goal, but was blocked by the goalkeeper. But the keeper could not prevent the follow-up shot, which broke the deadlock for the first goal. It wasn't long before there was an equalizer from a beautiful pass to the number 7, Babukar Singh, who wasted no time to beat the Russian goalkeeper. Rockland United regained the lead to make it 2 through Baba Bayo in the 32nd minute. The match descended into a period of some rough tackling by both teams, resulting in 5 yellow cards. This time, the equalizing goal came after a penalty was awarded to the khaki boys following a handball. The number 9, Jaga Saw, converted the spot kick to make it 2-2 before the end of the first half. The regional head coach, Babukar Demba Boris, as is fondly called, commented on their performance.
At the beginning, yes, it was too little bit exciting over all teams, but as the game starts opening, they start enjoying it. It is a very nice game, though it is not that much well attended, but meaning we have to encourage people to follow up their teams.
The Khaki Boys, through their dangerous frontman, Babukar Singh, sealed it off with a third goal in the 78th minute. The match ended 2nd Infantry Battalion FC 3, Rockland United FC 2. A giant silver trophy and a cash prize of 10,000 and 7,000 were awarded to the winner and runners-up respectively. At the end of the match, Coach Suleiman Chati of Rockland said that his team lost because they were not physically fit.
I have young players and they are not physically fit. The older players have not been training. They will start training after this tournament. That's why we lost.
Abdullah Sayang, the victorious coach of 2nd Infantry FC, said that everything new in the region, they expect to be the first to win it, and thank his commanding officer for giving them the chance to train.
FA, I was the 2019, I was the team who qualified to the 2nd division. And this also is the first Super Cup for the North Bank. I am the first guy to pick it again. Means I am very, very happy. With the support of my command at 2nd Infantry Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim I. Kurubali.
The captain of the winning side was happy but complained about the state of the pitch and appealed to the authorities to improve the condition of the pitch. The central referee was Pa Ali Seka. The first assistant was Lamin Jawara, and the second assistant was Alaji Ige, and the fourth official was Malang Bajinka. Don Williams, QTV News, Farafeni.
Nice entertainment there. Well, I'm afraid that's all we got time for. Join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the Weekend Review with Ade Drame and Momodu Mibo. Many thanks indeed for the pleasure of your company, and do have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.